It's the 2nd of July, Thursday, 2026, on my way to work on the beautiful coastal, clear, clean road. Love the monsoons, welcoming the monsoons to Bombay. Just love this time of the year. So I decided to do a vlog, uh, which is on a diverse personality, which I call myself. To know more, check the vlog and let me know what you think. Keep watching Senakedi. Talking about me being a diverse personality, I was just going through my WhatsApp messages from the last, 1 week, making sure I'd not missed replying to anyone. And then suddenly I just stopped scrolling because I realized something. Have you ever looked at your WhatsApp chats and realized that they tell a story of who you are? I recently did that. I realized I'm truly diverse, a personality at 50. So I work in fashion, like most of you all know. Design is my world. Music is a huge part of my life. And if you know me, my pets are more than family. But then my conversations, bonds, relationships, or friendships don't necessarily stop there. So there are these set of my cousins. We have a WhatsApp group on Maharashtrian, traditional, conservatively liberal. We predominantly speak in Marathi, though they are academically extremely astute. But the way they think of life, their outlook to life, their holidays are going to a village, which is Kokar, eating the local delicacies. Two of my cousin's sons got married, and they were very clear that it had to be traditionally Maharashtrian. They're very rooted and ingrained in the whole Marathi culture, tradition, heritage, and they want to take it forward even in their second generation, which is their sons and daughters. We may not think alike, but we get along like a house on fire. There's so much that I learn from them. Whether it is the Marathiness, whether it is the Marathi thought process, our legacy, our tradition. And it's very interesting to see that angle from this set of people. Then there are these cosmopolitan Gujarati, predominantly group from my school, who may be in South Bombay, but are very different from my other South Bombay group. It is again about, most of them are married, so it's all about their kids and what their kids scored and what should be the extracurricular activities and how holidays are dependent on that, which I'm a single guy. So for me, it could technically be boring, but no, it's not, because I enjoy even talking to them. For them, it is very typically sitting at a particular social club and having drinks. And by 11, you have to be home because the kids are sleeping. It's very, very householdy, very, they've settled. So that's a typical word that they do. We've settled and we just want to sort of be in that mind space. Again, I get along with them famously, and again, learn from how they are thinking. Then interestingly is a group of bankers, private equity guys whose subject completely baffles me. Like, again, I'm not a very numbers person of sorts. I'm more creative. So the other day I went for dinner. I was invited to this banker's house, and there were these, I was the only one amongst bankers, private equity guys, hedge fund guys, basically corporate sort of finance guys. And again, that conversation was so different. It was about the economy. It's about, where the markets are going and what should be the next investment. And I would think I would get, someone like me would get very bored, but I didn't. I grasped as much as I could. I behaved like an amateur and asked them stupid questions, and yet sort of engaged in a conversation. I don't think I sounded dumb, but I definitely was very, very intrigued and interested to know more. And again, got along with that group famously well. And as a matter of fact, came home at 2 o'clock in the morning, just learning from them and understanding from them how their world is. Then are these 3 people in my life. One is my gym trainer. Second is my production guy who does my events. and we could individually sit and not talk about physical fitness or production, but I like to know their life. So they sort of not necessarily take advice from me, but they will ask me or tell me what's going on in their life at that moment, as to how buying a new bike, how what are the new government schemes that they're being offered at that start of the society, whether it's the loans, how they think marriage is the way to be settled, but we want to break away from it and earn more money and look at different things, and marriage is not really a priority. So different from the other people that I meet, and sort of taking a land nearby, outskirts of Mumbai and farming. We're doing this because this is our sort of only means of livelihood. And I'm as intrigued even listening to their story and have a personal rapport with them, which is what is very interesting. 50, I have a bunch of, I can call them friends, but who are in their 20s, so 20, 22, 24, and I just have a blast chatting with them, because with them I engage on a very different level. I learn tremendous amount of the Gen Z words, or whatever you may call it, how they think. I mean, this lot of a generation is so different from ours or immediately after mine. They're not scared, they're not fearful, they're extremely focused on how they want their life to be panned out, and they have a plan B and a plan C. I also feel, again, I don't want to sound preachy, but I also feel they are not really grounded in the way we are, but maybe because that's the exposure they have. But again, keeping that aside, get along with them, can go party with them, and by now I know for a fact that they quite enjoy my company as well, because again, I'm open to listening, understanding what they look at life at, or how they look at life as, and it's fun. And there is a group of people or friends who I am very happy to talk about, are my friends who are in their 70s, 80s and 90s. Maybe it's because I've lost my mom, I don't know, but there are some people who I can sit the entire night and have a conversation. So, for example, my Rakhi sister's mother, who's in her 90s, at least once a week I go to meet her, and we'll talk about her life and how life was and how her perspective to life, and there is so much to learn from them, which I think most of us don't do. And maybe through this vlog, I want to send this message out there. Guys, spend time with your parents, spend time with your grandparents. If you get a chance like me, spend time with elderly people. There is so much that you learn from them with regards to life experiences, how to deal with it, how to process things. And that's something that I do at least once a week, if not more, because it's so enriching. Then there is this lot of mine which is from my fashion industry, who I've known and grown up with for the last 20 odd years. So different from the lots that I've spoken about, where we call ourselves really truly Delulu, where we only talking about the most frivolous, fun things, just always very light-hearted, talking about memories. Again, most of them, whether they're men or women from the industry, are extremely, I don't want to call them vain, but very self-aware, and it's all about what's in and what's out. And so I mean, there are a lot of people who are also dependable as friends to me, and we're in touch. And I can definitely call them my true friends who, a lot of them say that, the fashion industry or the entertainment industry is extremely floozy, or, they're extremely, it's not true. I have a fantastic and a special bond with them, and we truly are close, irrespective of our thought processes, and get along famously with each other. And then there is another lot of individuals that I know from the entertainment business. So, commonly known as celebrities. So, whether it's from the television fraternity, whether it is from the film fraternity, whether it's from the um, sports fraternity, whether it is from just basically the entertainment show business. And again, with them, I'm just so comfortable because just understanding how they live, being public figures, not being able to do stuff that what normal people do, whether it's going to a mall or going out for a meal, without getting uh, sort of hounded or without getting noticed, and how they live and how they think, and um, how do they keep themselves grounded, and how do they go about their personal normal life, keeping that sense of semblance. Uh, they're a very, very interesting lot. I mean, we all as humans are complicated, but it's interesting to see these particular type of people, how they balance between their normal private life and their public life. And again, learn so much from them. And I'm as comfortable chatting with them, talking to them, learning and giving my bit. Oh yeah, and I didn't mention about this one special set of friends that I have, who are extremely religious, spiritual, very very mythologically driven, and it does not necessarily mean from a particular religion or background. So it could be a Hindu, it could be a Muslim, it could be a Christian, it could be somebody who believes in Buddhism, and that is a part of me which is very close to my heart. And I've been very very spiritual and religious, and with every literally day passing by, I've realized that this part of me I've not sort of given enough attention to, and I'm very hungry to know. And again, so those I have those set of friends who just completely talk about a very different realm of thinking, the world, you know, miracles, universe, manifestation. And it's not on a superficial level. I'm saying I really get into it and I want to know a lot more. I may not contribute a lot because I'm yet learning, they have a lot more knowledge and a lot more experience than me. But that's, yes, another set of my groups or other friends who I have an extremely special bond with. And so, yeah. So maybe that's my superpower, or maybe it's simply the joy of seeing people beyond their profession, age, background, beliefs, stratas of society. So today I have a question for you. When you look at your life, do all your friends come from one world? Or do you also find yourself moving effortlessly between completely different circles? Because if you do, I'd love to hear your story. Maybe being diverse isn't unusual after all. Maybe we just don't talk about it enough. And let's engage if you understand what I'm saying and if you are similar to me.